So we are going to lose weight next year. And I'm going to tell you one thing, you're going to fail. You know why? Let's get into it. You know what time it is. All right, what's good, Martin? Turn to Fitness. There's definitely a new year is coming up. So let me go ahead and put this information out there for you right now, because I already know what's coming. We talked about this, but I definitely want to give y'all these tips. Here's the reasons that most people are going to fail when it comes to most people are going to fail in weight loss, because they don't have a plan. So basically, when you don't have a plan, you go out there basically flying blind. Everything that happens to you for a reason. In business, in life, in your health. Money, life, health. Same thing. So when it comes to your health, what is your real plan? What is your real goals? And how are you planning on losing this weight? So let me ask you a question to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So let's say, for instance, what your weight is. You currently know what your weight is. You know what your weight is. And you say to yourself, I'm going to lose weight starting in January. Okay, great. So that means, let's say today is November 14th. So you want to start in January. So what they're going to give you is about a month and a half to get prepared to start losing weight. Okay, we can work with that. But here's the problem. You're going to start in January at the current weight that you're at right now. So what are you going to do in between that time to get prepared to lose weight? That's the next question. So let's go ahead and just break it down like this. If the holidays are coming up and you're telling yourself right now that you want to lose weight starting in January, and you're at a current weight right now, so what are we going to be doing? I know I just said this, but I want you to really hear what I'm saying. What are you going to be doing from now until the time you're going to start the gym? And do you even have a date you're going to start? Because if you say January 1st, let's do the math. If you're not taking care of yourself now and you're not eating right or doing things to prepare yourself for when January comes, you're going to add on to the weight you already currently have. Now it's going to make the task harder. But wait, there's one thing we just talked about. One thing we just said. What is your goal? What is the goal? What is the goal? What is your weight loss goal? Anybody can say they want to lose weight. And I will harp on this all the time, because people always say the same exact things. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight, but there's no specific goal. You got to have that specific goal in mind. So let's just do it this way and make it easier for you. Now let's get into the 5 things that's going to help you lose weight. First of all, we need to have a strategic plan. So let's talk about the strategic plan that you have. If you're going to set your goals starting in January, right now is the time you need to get your current weight. If you're going to eat bad during the holidays and doing all that stuff, you might well not even worry about even doing no calculations right now, because you don't know how much weight you're going to gain. People always come at me saying things like, well, it's only, I've already lost this much weight, so I've only gained this much. Let me say something. A pound of fat and a pound of muscle are totally different. They are totally different. So don't get it misconstrued for anything. Next thing you need to do is start. This tip 1 was make the plan. So tip 2 is we need to calculate the plan. So if you plan on doing this and you want to get serious about it, don't wait till January. Start now. Start doing the planning phase now. Because if you can start breaking bad habits that you've already had all this time, it's going to be hard to start to break those habits starting in January, because then you're going to be right back where you were when you said you're going to start now, or was not going to start till January when you said now and then start in January. You know what I'm saying? You get it, right? Tip 3, you have to change your habits. It's rolling from one to the next. You paying attention. What I mean by changing the habits. Are you currently eating bad? Are you willing? Do you have the ability to change your habits? Because it's mental. It's a big mental thing when it comes to your eating habits, okay? Are you drinking enough water? Are you detoxing your body? Are you preparing yourself for what's about to come down the line? Because I'm telling you, those New Year's resolutions, those New Year's resolutions that people make, they constantly fail at them because they don't change. First of all, they don't have a plan. They don't have a plan. 2, they can't break their habits. 3, they're not preparing themselves for what's coming down the line. And here comes the next one. And the fourth thing I want to definitely hit you with is if you don't have the knowledge, where do you get the knowledge from? That's the next big thing. If you got a good plan in action, you start to break these habits, you're starting to change the way you eat and you detoxing, doing that stuff. Now you have to have a relevant plan of how you're going to get there. And the best way, there's a couple ways you can do this, not just with a trainer. One of the best things you do is talk to a doctor first to make sure that you're ready to work out. Now, mind you, we talked about this in step one, that if you're not planning to start now and you're going to start in January, you don't even need to pay attention to none of the stuff I'm saying to you now until January come around, which you're going to probably end up quitting within 3 months after January. So get that straight right now. So what we're saying is you need to get with a doctor. You need to find out basically this. It's all ties together, people. It's all tied together. You need to find out, okay, doc, here's my weight currently right now. In order for me to be at the best shape, best health possible, what do I need to do? How much weight do I need to lose? Now, being that said, here comes step number 5. After you get that advice from your doctor, what's going to end up happening is this. Let's say, here's the simple math. I need to start putting some slides up for this stuff, because this stuff about to be fire. New Year's revolution time, baby. Here you go. Number 5. If you weigh 300 pounds and you are 5'5", you are morbidly obese. If you are 5'5", you should not be weighing no more than 150. I mean, it depends on if you're a man and a woman. Remember that. You shouldn't be weighing no more than about 145 to about 135. Realistically, let's think about that for a second. If you think you're going to lose that much weight in 3 months, that's not going to work. Ask yourself this question. How long did it take you to get from your optimal weight, which I just said if you're about 5'5", you should be weighing about 135 to 145, 155, somewhere in that range to be in a good health range. But we're talking about losing 150 pounds. That means if you're trying to do that in 3 months, you're going to be losing 50 pounds a month. Do the math on that for a second. Do you have enough discipline to lose around 10.5, what was it, 10.5, 10, 20, 30, 40, that's 4 weeks, 40 pounds, add the math behind that, 2.5, so about 12.5 pounds a week. The average person going to lose about 2.5 pounds a week if they stick to a good plan. Now, if you're extreme, like I do, when I get extreme, you might be hitting the gym 1 or 2 times a day. But here's the next problem, and we just talked about this in one of the steps before. If you haven't prepared yourself through breaking the bad habits of what you're eating and not willing to change your diet, guess what? You can work out as hard as you want to. And I can tell you from clients I've trained, man, look at my arms, look at my arm. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Look at the people I work with, they work hard, but I can tell you right now, they screw themselves every time with the holidays, and they screw themselves with what they put in their mouth. And the reason why is because, first of all, I have to be the one to hold them accountable, and I have to basically babysit. Babysitting is not a good thing, but when you're in the if you're doing personal training, it's a little bit different. So let me cover those tips one more time so I can get the hell off this video. One, you need to be willing to make the plan. You got to be willing to change the habits. Don't say you're going to start something down the line. It's too far. If you're not willing to start it now, don't make plans until that time comes up, okay? Number 2, what you need to do is make sure you have a realistic plan. If you plan on starting, this is based off if you're starting now. Realistic planning. You need to be willing to make sure 1, 2, and 3. Let's go through it because I know I talk fast because I'm trying to say camera time. Realistic planning, changing your habits, mental change. The mental change comes from what you're going to do to detox and get your body prepared for the challenge. The 4th thing you do is make sure you get with a doctor so you'll know what's the best weight for you to be at if you're currently overweight. And 5, here comes 5. I know I probably didn't cover it the right way, but I'm going to say it the right way now. Make a realistic goal. Don't think you're going to get things done in a short period of time if it took you time to get to the weight that you're at. So you got to remember those things when it comes down to your health and your wellness. Don't make a New Year's resolution, okay? Just make every day a new year, a new day revolution, new day revolution, new day resolution. Every day you get up, you should be willing to make those little strides and changes to help your health. If you're not ready for it, don't make a promise to yourself and don't act on it. Okay? Because all you're going to do is keep pushing it or kicking that can down the road. And then eventually, we talked about this in another video as well. What's going to happen is you're going to either be forced to make, be forced to make them changes by your doctor, or you can be made. All right, so the video cut off when I was doing that, so I want to make sure I cover the last part. I said what's going to happen is, and this was in the previous video. What I was saying was either you're going to be forced to make changes by your doctor, or you're going to be forced to make changes by your employer. And that's not a position you want to be in. So I just wanted to finish that up for y'all. This is Mark trying to turn up fitness. Hey, stay blessed, all right? Listen, I just want to make sure I say this one more time. And I want to make sure some of the things that might not have been clear, I was real hyped up. I was like on it yesterday. But you don't want to make the promise to yourself to do something in January if you're not preparing yourself for January. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not looking at people that's going to be doing these New Year resolution things, because most of the time, like I said, the holidays are coming, and a lot of people don't have the discipline to stay on track to get to the best shape ever, to get to optimal health. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. So you know what to do. Y'all always got to do it very well, and I'm gonna do it too. You know what we're talking about. They turn up.